students, how are you? I hope all are doing well. Right now, today we are coming with another circuit. I think this is the last series circuit we are discussing. After that, we will discuss some other topics, resonance in LCR series circuit, and all these things we will discuss the other day. Today's RLC series circuit or LCR series circuit. Most of the time, it is mentioned as LCR series circuit. In LCR series circuit, an inductor, a resistance, and a capacitor all are connected in series, as shown in the figure, where L is the self-inductance of the coil, R is the resistance of the coil, and C is the capacitance of the coil. It is supplied with an AC EMF EV, and the potential difference across R is equal to VR, and potential difference across L is equal to VL, and the potential difference across the capacitor is equal to VC. Right? IV is the the virtual current or RMS value of current. EV is the RMS value of voltage. IV RMS value of current. You know, VR is equal to in AC circuit, VR is equal to IV into R. IV means virtual current, RMS effective value of current into resistance. VL is equal to IV into XL. VC is equal to IV into XC. This is the condition. So here also you must remember one thing, that it is not just like a DC circuit. When a voltage is supplied across it, it is not equal to EV is not equal to VR plus VC plus VL plus VC. That happened only in DC circuit. Here the value of total EMF applied is measured in using some other mathematical methods. Right? That also you will see just now. Now after that we have to draw the phasor diagram. When you have to draw the phasor diagram, first of all you think that this L and C are not in the circuit. Only resistance is there. In an AC circuit having pure resistance, the current and the voltage are in the same phase. How that can be represented in terms of phasor? This is the voltage phasor and this is the current phasor. This is IV and this is VR, I can write. What is VR? That is the voltage across the resistance and the current are in the same phase. When an AC voltage is applied across the resistance, then voltage and the current are in the same phase. That is why the phasor diagram is drawn like this. Now you will suppose that there is no resistance circuit and also there is no capacitor. Only inductor is there. In an AC circuit containing only inductor, you will see that the current will lag behind the EMF by an angle pi by 2. The voltage and the current, the phase difference will be equal to pi by 2. In that case, what you will write? You forget about this one. Now we will draw this as VL. This is VL you are writing, right? This is VL. VL, right? Okay, that also that. Next, what you suppose? You suppose that R is also not there, L is not there. Only capacitor is there. So in a pure capacitor circuit, you have said that the voltage is lagging behind the current by an angle pi by 2. So this is also pi by 2 only, right? Pi by 2. Then only capacitor is there means VC will be acting along this direction. This is also equal to pi by 2. Right? In this case, suppose XC is greater than XL. In this case, what you are writing? XL is greater than XC. I'm sorry. XL is greater than XC. Then naturally, VL must be greater than VC. So this circuit will be an inductor circuit. Why it is inductor circuit? Because XL is greater than XC. I am assuming that, I am supposing that we have taken this inductor, and this inductor is kept in the LCR series circuit. The reactance offered by that is XL, will be greater than XC, right? Or the frequency of the applied EMF is such that XL is greater than XC, right? In this case, what do you write? VL is taken. Let me say VL is equal to IV into, because current is same through all the elements. But XL is greater than XC. Therefore, VL must be greater than VC. So this is the condition. So in this condition, what we are taking is that this is an inductive circuit, right? If it is a capacitive circuit, then also we can write the phasor diagram will be like this. If it is a capacitor circuit, this is IV and this is VR. This is VR. This is XC. XC must be what is called VC. VC, and this is VR. This is so VL is short and VC is large, right? So the phasor diagram can be for an LCR circuit, we can have two phasor diagram. One, first case, we can take if VL is greater than VC, then that circuit is an inductive circuit. Other case, if VC is greater than VL, then that circuit is a capacitor circuit. Either of the one we can take, right? In this case, what I asking me is that XL is greater than XC. In this case, this is VR and this is VL and this is VC. VC and VL are acting along the same straight line. As in a vector, two vectors are acting along the same straight line, but in the opposite direction. Then resultant is equal to the bigger one minus the smaller one. Therefore, we can write this part is equal to VL minus VC. I can write. So from this, we can calculate EV. Therefore, EV is equal to this square plus this square is equal to EV. That is, EV is equal to square root of VR square plus what? VL minus VC square. Okay, this way we can write. What circuit this is? This is an inductive circuit. So inductive circuit, XL must be greater than XC. But if it is a capacitor circuit, then what will write? This is VL and this is VC. Both these can be taken as a vector for some time. Then VL and VC are in the same straight line, but in the opposite direction. So this up to this much we can take. That is equal to VC minus VL. In that case, this is EV applied here. This is EV is equal to what? This is VR square root of VR square plus what? VC minus VL, the whole square we can write. So this circuit is capacitive circuit and this is inductive circuit. In this case, what you write? XC is greater than XL. In this case, XL is greater than XC. That is the only thing. There is no much difference in that, right? I am going with only one circuit. That's all, right? That means this circuit only I am explaining you, and you can do with the other circuit also, other one also, following the same method, right? Okay. So from the phasor diagram, we can say this is phi. This is phi. So from the phasor diagram, what we can write? EVC, all these things I am just removing. These things I am removing from the board because I don't have much space here. This is very small board. I have to write so many things, right? So from the phasor diagram, what we can write? EV is equal to square root of VR square plus what? VL minus VC the whole square. This is equal to square root of VR square. VR square means IV square R square plus VL. That is equal to IV into XL minus IV into XC. This the square it is. This is equal to, again, this is written as equal to square root of IV square R square plus, from this squared bracket, we will take IV outside, then we will get this is IV square into XL minus XC, the whole square we can write. From these two, we can take out IV square when taken. This IV square is common to both. IV square when taken outside the root, that is simply IV into square root of what? R square plus XL minus XC, the whole square. That also thing. Now, EV by IV is equal to what? EV by IV is equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC, the whole square. EV by IV, voltage by current, just like Ohm's law. V by I is equal to R. In this case, EV by, that means virtual voltage divided by virtual current is given by another term called this is impedance of the circuit. Impedance of the circuit means the total opposition offered by all these three elements in the SC circuit. This is what is called impedance of the impedance circuit is always measured using the same unit ohms only, right? Impedance is equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. So at this place, XL we can write L omega, and in this case we can write 1 by C omega. If it is a capacitive circuit, then that will be equal to XC minus XL the whole square. That means 1 by C omega minus L omega the whole square. Well, that is only difference. So LCR series circuit can be either an inductive circuit or a capacitive. That depends on XL and XC. If XL is greater than XC, then that is an inductive circuit. If XC is greater than XL, that is a capacitive circuit. So impedance also obtained. Also from the phasor diagram, we can say that the current is lagging behind the EMF by an angle phi. So this current is lagging behind the EMF by an angle phi. So phase angle is given by tan phi is equal to. So we can calculate phase on tan phi is equal to VL minus VC. Perpendicular by base is equal to tan phi. So for finding the phase angle, usually we calculate tan phi only, right? Tan phi is equal to perpendicular. That is what is called VL minus VC divided by VR. This is equal to IV into XL minus IV into XC the whole divided by IV into R. IV cancels, then you will get what? That is equal to XL minus XC the whole divided by R. Tan phi can be obtained. So therefore phi is equal to what? Tan inverse XL minus XC the whole divided by R. So this is the phase angle, phase difference between the current and EMF can be calculated. As this is an inductive circuit, this inductive circuit we have seen that the current is lagging behind by an angle phi. Phi is given by tan inverse XL minus XC the whole divided by R. So impedance is calculated and this also calculated. What is impedance? Impedance is equal to this one. For any circuit, all these formulae are important. EV by IV is equal to, once again, EV by IV is equal to Z we can write. Or E by I is equal to Z we can write. Or E0 by I0 also equal to Z only. What is this case? This is virtual in terms of virtual current. Also we can write IEV by the same circuit. When you use virtual current and virtual voltage, Z is equal to EV by IV. For the same circuit, if we use instantaneous current and instantaneous voltage, then E by I is equal to Z. If you use the amplitude of the voltage and current, then E0 by I0 is equal to Z. So this is a very common thing for all AC circuits. So these are the things what I want to tell you. And also from the phasor diagram, it is we can write the expression for current. From this, the relation for current, when I write what? The current is lagging behind the EMF by another voltage by an angle phi. If voltage is represented by instantaneous value, E is equal to E0 sin omega t, then current can be represented I is equal to I0 sin omega t minus phi. I is equal to I0 sin omega t minus phi. So the relation for current I am writing here, that is I is equal to I0 sin omega t minus phi. Am I correct? So this is the condition. This is the condition. Okay. So also in for I0 we can write because E0 by I0 is equal to Z, right? Therefore I0 is equal to E0 by Z also we can in place of I0 we can write E0 by Z. E0 by Z is equal to R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. The value of current can be obtained, right? But E0 by Z E0 by Z is equal to I0. That is why E0 by Z is called I0 because sin omega t minus phi becomes equal maximum. I becomes equal to I0. I0 is equal to E0 by Z. Z is equal to root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. So this is the LCR series circuit. So in LCR series circuit, we have seen the expression for current we have calculated, expression for phase difference we have calculated, right? Everything, all these things we have calculated. Now, the power dissipated in the circuit. Power dissipated means that you can do by yourself. Power consumed by an LCR series circuit. That is the next question. Very simple thing. Very simple thing is RL series circuit. We have actually at that time we have derived the power consumed in an LR circuit or RL circuit. We have already calculated. So power calculation is very simple. Once I did and the same thing has to be repeated. That is why I'm not doing it here. First of all, you will calculate instantaneous power. Instantaneous power P is equal to E into I. E is equal to E zero sin omega, I is equal to I zero sin omega minus 1. Same thing, same thing, same thing. So instantaneous power will have two terms. One is a constant term, E0, I0 by 2 into cos phi. And other time is other is equal to minus E0, I0 by 2 into cos 2 omega t minus phi. Right? Cos 2 omega t minus phi is a fluctuating term that will go as 0 in the full cycle. When average value of power is calculated for a full cycle, cosine value turns to be equal to 0. So power average can be obtained as equal to P average is equal to E0 I0 by root 2 into cos phi you will get. This is equal to E0 by root 2, sorry, E0 I0 by 2 into cos phi. E0 into root 2 into I0 by root 2 into cos phi we can find. E0 by root 2 is equal to EV into I0 by 2 is equal to IV into cos phi we can find. Cos phi we get. This is the power consumed in the LCR circuit, all circuits. That means series circuit, all series circuits, the power consumed you can calculate. So the single elements when applied in the AC circuit, that time also we have calculated power consumed, right? Here also we calculated power consumed EV, IV, cos phi. But EV is equal to IV into Z. Everybody knows. So EV is equal to IV into Z into IV into cos phi. Cos phi is equal to R by Z. From the phasor diagram, cos phi can be calculated base by hypotenuse. Then you will see base by hypotenuse, right? Then you will get cos phi is equal to R by Z. This Z cancels, and you are getting power consumed in this LCR series circuit is equal to what? IV square R. There is nothing to wonder because in a circuit containing RLC, the power is consumed only across the resistance. There is no power consumption across the inductor or across the capacitor. So that is why the power consumed in LCR series circuit is obtained as equal to IV square R. This circuit is a very important circuit, right? Most important circuit is LCR series circuit. That I have taught you. All these things you have to derive. First, you have to derive the impedance of the LCR series circuit. Then you have to calculate how phase difference between current and EMF can be calculated, right? Then what is the current relation in this case? Current relation can be, if it is an inductive circuit, that is I is equal to I0 sin omega t minus phi. If it is a capacitive circuit, then that is equal to I is equal to I0 sin omega t plus phi. In both the cases, the power consumed is equal to EV, IV cos phi, right? There is no difference. Once I have explained that, that is the only derivation every time you have to follow. So in which case I have explained that? In RL series circuit, that time it is very well explained, it is derived. So that will follow for other series circuits also. We like to obtain power average is equal to EV, IV cos phi, right? That is finally is equal to IV square R. There is nothing to wonder because in the case of a series circuit, the power consumption takes place only across the resistance. So this is about LCR series circuit. Also tomorrow I will come with a new topic. Till then, bye bye. Thank you very much.